What's good, y'all? You already know, it's the captain. It's been a while, but I hope you guys are all doing all right out there. It was my intention to give you more videos earlier in the year, and I slipped on that, and that's on me. And I'll be honest, I'm doing good right now, but it hasn't been the case throughout our entire time apart. And I'll be honest, it wasn't like one big thing that happened. There were a lot of, if you want to call them sticking points, I wouldn't argue against it, right? Between work and being really annoyed with that Outlook email chime and life, and I guess I would say falling short of the kind of peace I want to exude out in the world, and then just society at large. I mean, I remember my stepdad hit me up. I think it maybe was a day or two after the Roe v. Wade draft had leaked, and he asked me how I was feeling. And I'll be honest. At the time, I said I was mad as hell. I was mad that there were people out here suffering, and there's a lot of people who just don't care. They're really involved in their own thing right now, whether that be their job, whether that be where they think they need to be focused. It's a lot of people who just don't care, right? And then the ones that we put in charge, either they are the ones that want to strip people's rights away, or they're the ones that want to smile and nod while that happens. It seems like we're due for some kind of cycle of just being sad or mad about it and then being burnt out because there's so much going on at one time. And if you're not really careful in that instance, you can kind of lose part of yourself. So I wanted to make sure that that wasn't the case. Not only that I didn't lose part of myself, but also I kind of renewed my vigor for a fight to come. So I kind of turned my interest inward. I'll admit that myself. And kind of focused on taking care of self. And that looked different to me this time around than it did last year or even 6 months ago. And I opened myself up to a lot more possibilities of things that I would be interested in trying in order to care for myself. And so that's what this video is about, man. Self-care and just taking care of yourself, because it's going to be some stuff that make it hard to smile sometimes. And you have to take those opportunities to do so where you can. I'm not trying to get too deep off with you, man. We're going to get into this video. I do appreciate it. Make sure you guys comment below, like the video, and share it with your people. I do appreciate that. And let's go. It's 6 in the morning on Tuesday, July 5th, which means it's Monday. And we up eating strawberries. Trying to get ready for gym this morning. Trying to get something in the stomach, because I know I'll be lifting, and that requires some energy. So put some on our stomach before we get going. Something else thick. Break fast with fruits, and then go from there. I've been trying to be consistent on my fitness journey for a while, no matter what the scale's saying, no matter what the mind's saying. Gotta listen to what that body say though. When it's time to rest, make sure you're getting enough rest. And so I'll be in there every Monday through Friday in the gym, running, elliptical, treadmill, weights, cycling, rowing, jumping rope, whatever it may be. But even that, after a while, gets old. You got to listen to your body. I recently took a maintenance month to just do cardio, and I hit 50 miles on the Nike running app, which is what I wanted to do. But my body also felt great from not wearing and tearing. So there are some things I want to improve on, definitely. And determination is what's going to get you there. Dedication is what's going to get you there. And this is how I start the day off. The gym, and then I get in that sauna, and I meditate every day. But even I know that's not enough. So then you got to go out and get out there. First things first, as soon as the weather warmed back up, I was back out on the trails. I really enjoy going hiking through the woods and by the rivers over by me. It's just one of those things where Georgia just has a lot of natural wonder and splendor left to show people.
Before it was a national park, when it was just land, not a river. Georgia's got a lot of history that it just goes unspoken, unknown of, unheard of. I was 18 years old when I found out about like a lynching that happened in Monroe, and that's just because I fell in with a group where a guy was from Monroe, and when we had to give speeches, that's what he gave a speech on. I think one of the last lynchings in Georgia publicly, but a bad one. And I can't think about how many local boys from areas like that or similar that just had not gotten together and shared stories like that. Oh, don't fall.
Hiking is one of my favorite ways to center myself. Just being in nature, period. Whether it's by water and grass, definitely in the canopy of trees, though. Nature's always been grounding for me. So even outside of the hikes, I've gone to cabins in North Georgia, hung out, spent the night in this small cabin here, cooked food by the fire, and it was a really good experience, except being so detached from the mainland, quote unquote. I just tried to pamper myself. I went to spas, drank some mimosas, got a rub down. Hell, I even got my feet did. And I was honestly not excited for the pedicure because I just imagined me kicking somebody in their damn face as they worked on my toes. But we was good. We was good. The one thing that I did try that was very enlightening was the wax, though.
All right, and then the position I'll need you in is called the butterfly.
Okay.
So your feet will be together, knees up and out.
Okay. Like.
Yep.
Okay.
And relax your feet on the. Yep. There you go.
So a natural question is gonna be like, "Damn, B, you went and got a wax. What the hell you want?" Honestly, just wanted to try something different. We did the razors to different effects. Why not? Why not try to get cleaned up? Look at that face, man. I'm so damn nervous, but shout out to her. She really kind of talked and coached me through it, including this little tidbit.
I commend you for trying it too, because I'd be trying to get my fiance to, but he will not. Deep breath in and exhale.
I'm usually a shaver, but I just figure I like when it's done. So why not?
Right.
Myself.
Yep. And then, I totally agree with that. And
my whole thing is for that to be my first time being waxed, just that yoga breath saved my life there, man. You could kind of see it on my face. Like I was not ready for any kind of smoke involved with just literally ripping them hairs out. But I mean, we got through it. It wasn't that spot wasn't crazy. It get crazy later on though. I cannot tell a lie. I think what's ill about this part is the fact that the whole time this lady is just talking to me while she is literally mixing up this potion of destruction and literally layering it on my body to rip part of my body off. And look at my reaction to this shit.
so you won't feel any of that prickly uncomfortableness that you would feel 2 days after shaving,
And don't even get me started thinking about how fucked up I gotta be in order to be doing great getting my hairs ripped out of my body for the first time. Like, how fucked up am I?
I gotta make a lot of apologies. I feel like
Like,
I wasn't grateful.
Exactly. This is what we go through every month. And last but not least, to do the butt strips, I need you to pull your knees up.
But then, when we weren't satisfied with the local stuff, we went and touched road on them. This was my second time in Vegas, but I want to say it's really the first time that I had an opportunity to take it all in. All of the sights, all of the sounds, and all of the people. But I will say this, like, it's one thing to see pictures of these places and be like, wow, those are big buildings. But it's an entirely different thing when you are standing in front of these buildings. They are so large to scale. And Vegas had so much more to give. We went to a place called Omega Mart that was basically an art installation that was themed like a grocery store from another dimension. And then you kind of went back behind, and then this whole thing opened up. It was kind of like a murder mystery escape room with a lot of crazy visuals. And if I'm going to do one thing, I'm going to point out some crazy visuals. We had a great time. From being in the casinos to the Silk Sonic concert that we went to, we made sure to have a great time. And you know we had to eat good too. Shout out to my ace. It was a great trip. Top 2. And it's not 2. Yet and still, when I got back home, it felt like something was missing. So I had to take another trip. The one to feed my soul. My babyest sister graduated from high school, so I definitely had to come down and celebrate it with her. It was just good seeing my family overall and just spend some time with these people because I don't get home as much as I could. It felt good to not only visit with them, but also have them visit with me. Speaking of which, so I'm sitting here with my mother, my beautiful mom. Hello, Mama Trippz.
Hi.
How are we doing today?
I'm doing fantastic.
So in my last video, I mentioned that I had a story about James Brown. My mama will call me up out of the blue and be like, hey, you remember the time when this? And it'd be something from when I'm like 3 years old. Nah, I don't remember, lady. And so she has such a great memory. I figured I would let her tell the story about me giving a speech about James Brown in Germany back when I was a kid. And everything, that's one thing, but I want you to tell the people what happened.
Okay, when Brenda was about 7 years old, we were living in Wiesbaden, Germany. So they had to do a Black History program, parent night for everybody to see. So Brandon, being him, he's always been Captain Trippz, okay? So since he was from Augusta, Georgia, and the teacher knew that, so they had him say a skit. Now, us as a family, we didn't know anything about it till we were there. He came up on stage and he said, he did this little spiel about James Brown and everything. Then all of a sudden he said, we feel good about James Brown because he feels good. And he started dancing on stage, and I couldn't do anything but laugh and cry and laugh. His daddy was crying, all of us, and his sister was like, that's my brother. But he turned it out, y'all. That stage was good. He was James Brown in his mind.
And honestly, that's what helped me get back right. I mean, remembering who I am, remembering who I was, and remembering who I'm trying to be at times that I think that I might be knocked off my square or whatever you want to call it. Really just getting to a point where, you know, with the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows, just to remember at all times who I am. And I ain't saying that this is the only stuff that I do. I mean, in addition to working out, and meditation and everything else. Could also use some therapy. I ain't tripping on that. I'm really just focused on just trying to be the best version of me, and that's all I can ever try to be. That's all I could ever try to ask anybody else to do. So crazy, right? Yeah, I know, I know, and I know it. A lot of different people will feel a lot of different ways about some of the things that I did do. Maybe they weren't what they would have done, and that's fine. Go in the comments below. Let me know what you do in order to have some kind of self-care, and take care of yourself or treat yourself, whatever it may be. I want you guys to stay vigilant out there. It's a lot of stuff going on right now, and I just need you to keep your heads up and keep your head on a swivel, if anything, so you can make sure you're looking out for your people at all times. Once again, it's your boy Trippz. I appreciate y'all coming through. And I'll holla. Be safe and stay dangerous. I'll holla at y'all later. Peace.